Hi, everybody. Welcome to On Top of the Game with Doc Brown and my review of Starfield. Starfield is an awesome game. Let's just get that out of the gate. It is a really, really fun game with some absolutely phenomenal graphics and a lot of fast travel, and we'll get to that as we go through the review. But let's kind of get started on this. Let's first talk about the story. The story is a journey of discovery. You're tasked with retrieving mysterious artifacts from all over the settled systems to try and uncover their secrets. But of course, in the course of the story, you're going to meet all kinds of great characters, shoot a lot of bad guys, and loot way too much stuff. You're always going to be encumbered. You will also unlock one of the coolest takes on New Game Plus, leading to even more journeys into the unknown. The story really is a fun experience with a runtime on the shorter side for some of Bethesda's RPGs. But it's got a really compelling narrative that I think everybody will enjoy, if a bit too brief. The mechanics in Starfield are fairly complicated. There's a lot of different systems all layered on top of each other to create its world. While most of the systems happen to work really, really well together, a few of them can cause a bit of a wrinkle. The gunplay, what you'll be doing the vast majority, feels incredibly snappy and the guns have a good weight to them. This is easily Bethesda's best take on combat they've ever done. And you have a nice variety of guns, including laser weapons. Where Starfield starts to tumble is in its inventory management and over reliance on fast travel. The inventory system is a bit of a mess and really makes it difficult to transfer between ship inventory, vendor inventory, and your own inventory. And oftentimes, this is going to lead you to maybe sell something you don't want to sell or buy something you didn't want to buy, all because you weren't quite sure which vendor menu you were on. And it's not like it's awful, it's just not as easy as it was in the other Bethesda games. Um, and once there was a great quote from my son where he actually said that he just hated the inventory system. So he got it and he's only 11. So that should give you an idea of some of its frustrations. Starfield has often been called a game of menus by a lot of other reviewers, and they're definitely not wrong. Starfield has a lot of menus in it that you're going to be navigating all the time just to get to the planet you're trying to go to or wherever. You can't just simply fly there because obviously everything's way too far away in space. So that would be boring. But they could have done something different. Maybe made it like you're traveling at almost light speed, but you're still in control while you're inside of that like light speed travel corridor or whatever you want to call it. So that way you could still be flying the ship in a more meaningful way, and they could make it go real fast, so it's not like super terrible. We don't want a gummy ship situation from Kingdom Hearts going on. The character creator in Starfield does a very decent job of letting you make a custom character. It's not on the same level as some other games, but it definitely gets the job done. Part of the character creation is picking your starting class, which gives you three specific skills to start. After picking your class, you can then select three traits that give your character further customization. These traits can make a substantial difference because they're really just fun and they always have a pro and they always have a con, which is really great about these trait systems. Like one of my favorite traits is kid stuff, and that makes your character's parents still alive in the world and you can go visit them and talk to them and they give you presents like a really cool pistol. Um, and that happens with all of them. You can have like an adoring fan that runs around after you, who's been a staple of some of the other Bethesda games, and he'll give you gifts as well. And you can also abandon him on a planet somewhere if you don't like him, which is hilarious that you can do that. During the course of the game, you're going to be able to join all kinds of different factions, take on different jobs, and deciding if you are going to be this universe's number one criminal, a hero, or maybe a space trucker who hauls cargo looking for the best price to sell your goods. Either way, Starfield is a great game. It's by no means perfect, but what's on offer is great stuff. I had an absolute blast with Starfield, and am currently on my third playthrough of New Game Plus. Yes, there is some jank, and yes, it feels just like a Bethesda game, albeit a very, very polished Bethesda game, with more menus than their other games. But most importantly, the game is fun, with great combat, exploration, and some riveting dogfights above the planets. I can highly recommend Starfield to anyone that is a sci fi fan, RPG fan, or just a fan of a solid gaming experience. Be sure to give Starfield a try. You won't regret unraveling the mysteries of space, one menu at a time.